Solana yield infrastructure has just crossed a major threshold, with total value locked surpassing $400 million. This comes after a new institutional allocation from Bullish, the NYSE-listed crypto exchange, into Solstice's eUSX yield strategy. The move signals growing institutional confidence in Solana's on-chain yield infrastructure and marks a turning point for regulated capital deployment on the network. Solstice Finance, the yield-as-a-service layer on Solana, announced the allocation on May 22, 2026. Bullish has deployed capital into eUSX, a delta-neutral yield strategy that has consistently generated positive monthly returns for 3 years. This is not just a capital deployment, it's a strategic alignment. Both Solstice and Bullish are founding members of the Global Dollar Network, a consortium led by Paxos that includes over 100 institutions working on a regulated digital dollar, USDG. The significance of this allocation lies in its validation of Solana's yield infrastructure as a viable and reliable platform for institutional capital. Regulated allocators are now moving beyond shared infrastructure and into active on-chain deployment. This is a shift from mere participation to active investment in the yield layer itself. Bullish's move is also a precursor to Solstice's upcoming token generation event, suggesting that institutional capital is preparing to back the protocol's token economics. The eUSX strategy is: most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Backed by USDG, the digital dollar from the Global Dollar Network, which is itself collateralized by a basket of stable assets. This creates a feedback loop. Institutional capital is flowing into Solana's yield infrastructure because of the stability and transparency provided by USDG. The fact that eUSX has delivered positive returns in every quarter since launch gives regulated investors a track record they can audit directly, a critical factor in a sector where transparency is still a work in progress. Total value locked across Solstice's products now exceeds $400 million as of May 20, 2026. This is a significant milestone for a protocol that is still in the early stages of its token generation event. The allocation from Bullish is the latest in a series of institutional deployments that have been building up over the past year. More than 30 institutional allocators are already active on the platform, and this number is expected to rise as more regulated players seek yield in a transparent and auditable manner. The broader implications for Solana's yield infrastructure are clear. It's becoming the go-to layer for institutional capital seeking on-chain returns. This is not just a story about TVL growth. It's about the maturation of Solana's ecosystem into a full-service yield infrastructure that can support regulated capital at scale. The fact that Bullish is deploying capital into eUSX ahead of Solstice's token generation event suggests that institutional investors are not just passive observers, but active participants in shaping the future of yield on Solana. However, the market should remain cautious. While the $400 TVL is impressive, it's still a relatively small figure in the context of institutional capital deployment. The real test will come when Solstice's token generation event launches and institutional allocators begin to express their capital in token form. Will the token price reflect the value of the underlying infrastructure, or will it face the same? Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Volatility that has plagued other yield protocols. The answer will depend on how well Solstice can maintain the performance and transparency of eUSX while scaling its TVL. The next signal to watch is the performance of eUSX in the weeks leading up to the token generation event. If the strategy continues to deliver consistent returns, it could attract more institutional capital and push TVL even higher. If returns begin to falter, even slightly, it could trigger a reevaluation of the protocol's fundamentals and impact the token's valuation. For now, the market is watching closely as Solana yield infrastructure moves into a new phase of institutional adoption.